parks, schools, restaurants, and more, Assembly Row gets high scores. We're a thriving city with so much to do. Uncle Boston Harbor in our view. Politics, cannabis, controversial stories, heroes, the villains. Who gets the glory? 50 plus languages in Somerville is spoken. Sanctuary city, there are no free tokens. History in Somerville stays alive. In All American City, we won 3 times. Somerville connects. Somerville connects.
Welcome to another edition of Somerville Connects, Steady Alive, the longest live running TV show in America. We are here at Staples Connect at Assembly Row in Somerville. We have the most beautiful and amazing Robin Iritano. Robin, welcome.
Thank you.
This is our 5th time I think we're doing this. And we both have our common friend, Lisa, who we absolutely adore.
Yes.
So Robin, one of your main things that you do is you are a caretaker.
Yes.
And you're doing something that's pretty extraordinary that honestly, most people, they don't have the patience. They don't have the love. They don't have the knowledge. Tell us about what you do, who you are. You live locally. You're not far from Somerville. You live in Medford.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm very thankful that I'm capable and able to do this. So I've been caring for my parents for about 6 years now from Peabody, but I just moved back home a year and a half ago in my childhood home to take care of my two 92-year-old parents who both have dementia. And it was trying at first to be living there as an adult with them and the care that is in the house as well. My mom has some care because she's late stage dementia. So with managing them and caring for my dad and, doing the meds and all the things that 2 people would need, their home, their food, their whatever, laundry, just everything. Things have finally, how could I say, fell into place, and we're going with the flow. Yeah. My parents are very thankful and grateful, and they're just kind people, and you could just know how much they appreciate it. Anyone that knows them knows this. They're just great, yeah. So it makes it a lot easier.
It makes it a lot easier when you don't have someone that's grumpy.
Right.
Because people that are grumpy, that criticize, complain, and condemn,
Right.
it's hard to be nice.
Right.
But you don't have that.
Well, my mom's a little combative because she is in late stage, but you just understand the disease, it's
Late stage.
dementia, yeah.
Okay.
So it's nothing personal ever. She can get a little feisty, I just rub her head and calm her down, and that's about it. But most of the time during the day, because she does have sundowning, so it's at night she gets combative at the end of the day.
What is sundowning?
It's when the day starts to end, and towards the end of the day, for them, will feel like midnight to us. So things just kind of maybe get a little dimmer, and they get a little more agitated. The day feels longer. That's all I really have for sundowning. But they change. They can't do as many things that they could do in the day. They're not as alert. So during the day, my mom is just always smiling and telling everyone how beautiful they are and saying God bless everyone and blowing kisses. Just amazing. How could you not care for someone like that?
Can a person who's younger get sundowning? Or is that
dementia?
Well, if they have dementia.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. So people that kind of like have a big change of personality.
Yes.
Sundowning. Oh, you were the first person I ever heard that expression from.
Really?
I never heard that before.
I've heard it for such a long time, and I don't even know how I know. I don't even know how I just explained it, but seeing it, living it, I've also cared for other elders other than my parents at times. That was my last job. I'm now unemployed, with COVID and keeping my parents safe. I can't really go to facilities or other people's homes.
What is your intrigue with wanting to care for the elderly? Because that takes a special kind of person.
I don't know, but my friends mention that a lot to me. They're like, yes, you do so great with the elderly. One thing I can say is I feel that they don't have a voice, and I want to be their voice. That's what's so important to me, because elderly is just pushed aside, even way more than children, because there's people advocating. There's children have parents, so there's no one really to advocate for elderly. And to me, that is like so strong in me that I want to speak for someone that doesn't have a voice. It's not fair.
You are bringing up a really intense topic.
Yeah.
This is my observation. And I've noticed this, and I don't know why. I don't have an answer for this, but maybe you do. When I am in a situation, it could be at a family event, it could be at a wedding. If there is an elder person, they are ignored.
Yes.
I don't know why they're ignored, because they probably have the most information and the best stories than anyone else sitting at the table.
They can teach you a lot.
But when you're sitting at a table and there's a bunch of young people like to look at beautiful people.
Yes.
So people are drawn to beautiful people, and they ignore the elderly, because elderly people do not have the beauty that they did when they were younger.
Right.
But I want to know, and I don't know if you can answer this, what is the psychology behind that? Why is it that elderly people are ignored? This really irritates me. I noticed this.
This irritates me, especially when it comes to care, maybe because they can't respond like people might expect or want, the people that are enjoying the elderly, that are really missing out, aren't getting maybe what they need or want. That's all I can think of. I mean, I don't know how you can ignore someone. I mean, just picture it if it were you, and you couldn't respond, and you couldn't speak much, or you couldn't understand everything that was going on, and you're just kind of like sitting there, and you're in your body, and you're in your head, and you can't express, but they're still there. They're still there. And I will tell you one thing I did learn about dementia. The last thing to go is the hypothalamus. So in the bottom back part of the brain is like, they may not know you are Robin, my daughter, but they have the feeling of my daughter, the love, the feeling of who you are. But they might not know exactly. So the feelings is what is the last thing to go, which is so sad. Because they can't express, people think they don't know what's going on, but they can feel it. Isn't that amazing?
This is amazing. So are you saying that sometimes when you're around your mother, she feels you, but she may not recognize you?
Absolutely.
Tell me more about
She will say, my baby, my baby, my baby, or she'll call me mama. So there's a relation there. She's connecting. She's trying to connect. The wires aren't crossing, because part of the brain has died, but she can feel.
Is there any way that part of the brain can be ignited? Have they found?
No.
They haven't.
Unfortunately, no.
So are you saying that once that part of the brain is gone, it cannot fire back up?
Not so much, or not like it maybe did in the past, but I will tell you, again, with elderly being ignored, if you stimulate them, talk to them, read to them, music, they love music, they light up. When my mom has music, they light up. My mom used to sing. Sometimes we can get her to sing. I have a video of her singing Happy Birthday with us last month for her birthday, and we were amazed because we haven't heard her sing in years. So again, stimulation, hydration. I'm big on hydration. I keep track of how much she drinks, and her skin is amazing at 92 because of her hydration.
Isn't that interesting? Because we are an electrical.
Right.
We are all electrical.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that foods have anything
Of course.
associated with people getting dementia?
Yeah, of course. You can eat, the fatty, bad clogging. There's different types of dementia. My father has vascular dementia. My mother, I think, has frontal lobe. There's so many different types. I don't know too much about that. But I mean, it's mostly hereditary. But you can increase it with food, absolutely. As we know, food is medicine. So yeah, like keeping hydrated will keep them alert. they'll be more stimulated. When they get dehydrated, they are more confused.
But sugars, when they eat sugars, is there like an issue?
You know what? That's funny you say that because I've been noticing lately my dad has had a sweet tooth. And he's like, can you make me pumpkin pie? Can you make me apple pie? So the past 3 weeks, and every day I hear him like, oh, my elbow hurts, my wrist hurts, my finger hurts. And I'm like, you know what? I think we need to lay off the sweets because you've been eating more sweets than you normally do. He's not diabetic or anything.
Right.
But I myself don't eat sweets, and I don't have the joint pain that I used to have.
Yes, sugar does affect the brain. I don't know what it does.
And the inflammation in the joints.
But they say it's kind of like sugar is like the cocaine or the I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah.
Sugar is not good.
Right.
It leads to a lot of bad things, and it does affect.
Well,
the
my
brain.
mom has diabetes, so I don't give her sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else does Robin do for fun? Because you've been on a health kick.
Yeah.
Tell us about your health journey because you're doing different things. Share with us some of your new exciting things that you have found, that you've been doing, seeing results.
Yeah, my new most exciting is my plant-based diet. So I'm eating completely dairy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO. I don't eat meat like I used to. A lot of greens, more greens, protein. Just eating differently, reading nice books, meditating, and doing Pilates. I just got a new Pilates machine in my basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Pilates hard?
Not at all. It's wonderful. I mean, people of all ages do it, especially older people, because it helps with, it's mostly like strengthening and stretching. So there's no hard impact like on your joints. Yeah, and it's just so fun.
When I think of people being stretched, I think of them being on this vice that's just pulling their body apart. Is it anything like that?
No, but you put your feet in straps and you go and you put your arms and you kind of stretch yourself out. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what does that do for the body to stretch?
It makes it stronger, leaner, I can feel, yeah. Also, it's kind of like a meditation, kind of like yoga, because you do a lot of breathing with it like you would yoga.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So do you have tutorials that you watch? I mean,
yeah, well, I've been taking Pilates for probably off and on for a few years. I took it 1 year straight, and then I saw the difference, then the change, and got that high, and that breathing, yoga, meditating high. And then I took it again, matter of fact, right here in Somerville at Club Pilates, and then...
at Revolution Way.
Yes, and I unfortunately had to cancel my membership because I'm out of work. So I was lucky enough, I've been shopping around, and I was lucky enough to get a wonderful model for a very low price.
Oh, so do you do that at your parents' home?
Yes.
And do they think what you're doing is great?
Yeah, my dad, he's like, what's this contraption? You want to get on? He's like, I don't know.
Has he tried it?
No, he just looked at it. Yeah.
Well, you are in great shape.
Well, thanks.
You are in great shape. So give us an idea what you eat when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep.
Oh, also, I have to mention, I've been hiking too. So probably like the past almost a year.
Do you have hiking boots?
Yeah, I have all the gear. I just got all my layers and my wind pants and all my... I even got a headlamp. I did some night hiking.
Oh, great.
It was actually a class. I wouldn't do that alone.
I have a headlamp.
Oh, nice.
I do.
Go in the woods. I love it. It's so peaceful at night. But anyway, so what I eat, I have this really great raw vegan protein drink. 21 grams of protein, no sugars, no GMO, gluten-free, all that. Very nutritious, a lot of vitamins. I do that in the morning. Sometimes if I do the chocolate, I do it with a banana. If I do the vanilla, I do sometimes a little fruit, but I don't eat much fruit anymore, even though it's natural sugar, but I just, that's another story.
Yeah, I want to hear about that story, but finish what you're eating, but we'll talk about
or sometimes I'll do my Ezekiel bread, which is flourless.
I love Ezekiel
sprouted bread, right?
Oh, yeah,
great, right? No flour. With an avocado and an egg, pasture-raised egg, avocado, plant-based butter sometimes, and that's about it. Lunch, I'll do, I love I'm addicted to salads. I always have been. So this is no problem for me. I can eat 2 salads a day.
I can too.
I
love. Now, do you have goat cheese, or is that considered dairy?
No, that's dairy, but I do a feta. That's a vegan feta.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's better with feta.
Yeah. So that's fun. I do that sometimes. But or I'll eat a veggie burger, or I'll make one of my favorite sandwiches, which is I use my smoked Gouda that is dairy free. And microgreens. I've been growing microgreens at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you grow that in water or soil?
I grow in water.
Actually,
No, I'm sorry. I just have the kit for now. I just started. I do it with comes like with a little bed. And
is
that
water. Soil? But I mean, is it
I
dirt?
don't actually put the dirt in. It comes on it like a pad, and you put it in the container, and you just put the water. It's super simple.
Really?
I mean, you just have that right in your kitchen every day. There you go. Sometimes I put in my egg too. I put in my soups, my sandwiches.
I want to know more about growing greens, because I need to grow greens inside my house.
And do you know it has given me so much energy. I mean, there was a day when I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was just like, you know what? What do I need to do? I have so much energy. Do I need to eat a pizza? It was kind of like a joke.
No, you don't want to get rid of your energy. You want to keep it.
But it was kind of hard to get used to at first. I was like, wow, I'm really going.
Right.
Yeah. And the reason I started all this is because I was feeling horrible. I mean, I was sluggish. I wasn't well, and I said, you know what? Even though I'm 56, I'm too young to feel like
You're
this.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're beautiful.
You're sweet.
Look at you. You're just gorgeous.
You're a kind lady.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
So yeah, I just feel wonderful. And I say it's an inside job. It all comes from the inside. How you're feeling, what you're nourishing your body with, aligning your, heart, soul, body, and mind. I just feel great.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's what it's about. Keeping everything in balance, right?
Yes, finally. And I'm a Libra, so the scale, I'm always striving for balance. And here I am, balancing it out.
You're doing great. Okay, so tell me about your greens now. Is this a kit that you got
love this, huh?
Amazon? I do love it. I do love it.
I have to send you one. So it's pretty simple. It's matter of fact, I had been looking for them, and I was like, I want to grow microgreens, blah, blah, blah. And I was reading about it. And my wonderful cousin Karen, she gave it to me for a birthday gift.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So then I just bought the refills, and I've been doing it ever since. Yeah.
And so microgreens, like, are they a particular kind of green?
Micro is the green that grows before the sprout. So you have the micro, you have the sprout, and then you have the vegetable, right? So you could do microgreens could be broccoli, could be mustard greens, could be a salad mixture, could be
sunflower.
Sunflower, yes.
All right, that's great.
I love the sunflower.
Right.
It's like my favorite. I eat it like by itself.
Oh yeah, it's sweet, and it has lots of protein and nutrients.
So good. The nutrients, unbelievable. And another thing, I have a history, chronic sinusitis. I used to get sinus infections and bronchitis. I have asthma, and I would get that 2-3 times a year, where doctors at one point were like, we can't keep giving you all these antibiotics in 1 year.
Oh,
and you know, knock on wood, I have not been sick in a year.
Well,
For me, that's amazing. Most people are like, yeah, so what?
But you know your own body, your own self.
Absolutely.
So you're serving yourself, and you're treating yourself like a queen, the queen that you are.
And you know how I learned to do that?
Lisa?
Well, partly, yes. Your good support system, of course, is always there. Being a caretaker. When you're a caretaker and you're caring for everybody else, and you become burnt out and depleted, where you can't even function for yourself, you step back and you say, wait a minute, it's like being on the plane.
Right.
You put the mask on first.
That's right.
Yeah. So I learned a lot, so I'm so happy that I'm capable and able and doing this wonderful thing for my parents and for myself. It's helped me with my own spiritual growth and my journey. We're all where we're supposed to be, and I'm in a great place, and I just can't wait for the next thing. I just surrender and let it come.
Robin, this has been a fabulous interview.
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for joining us today. You are such an inspiration for people who want to care for their elderly parents
And
or their loved ones,
Yes.
and for teaching us about how to take care of our bodies.
Yes.
You were
Important.
so delightful.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you, Robin, and thank you, folks, for joining us for another edition of Somerville Connects and Daddy Alive. And Staples, thank you for sponsoring us today for our wonderful podcast. We'll see you again. Bye for now.
Hi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Somerville connects. Somerville connects.